All right, guys, so let's have a chat about something that I don't think I've ever heard another person talk about, and that is the internal monologue of what the heck is going on inside your brain when you're sparring, when you're rolling. And we're going to act like we're Grand Central Station. We are the commander of the army, and our soldiers are going to be our limbs, so our hands, our elbows, knees, feet, and then we have orientation of our body. But are all my soldiers accounted for? And if you don't know where they are, default to the fetal position. Bring everything inside the right at all times, right? Hands and arms inside the arm, inside the right at all times. That way everything is accounted for. Once I know where everything's at, I'm then going to orientate my body into the proper position to best handle the situation. And then we can start thinking about weight distribution and our options from that point. So if I'm attacking, if I'm going for, say, a technique, I need to know where everything's at. It's very easy early on to get into this mindset of, I'm going for the arm bar, so I'm going to squeeze with my arms at all costs and hope to get it. And if that doesn't work, I'm going to bridge. But we left our knees behind. We weren't pinching our knees. We weren't doing the little things that actually make the technique work. And the same thing can go through for defense. Okay, so what I've experienced over the years of training is defense isn't necessarily big moves. Defense for submissions is breaking the one connection point, right? So if they're going for a cross collar choke and they get the one in, if you defend that second hand, no cross collar choke happens. Now they're going to default to different things. They're going to have to address that. But instead of doing giant, crazy grip breaks and everything, wedge in, block the other hand. So you're looking for the most opportunistic places to defend from. And if you understand that they need two hands in place, they have to pull and elbows down in order to make that happen, well, just break one of those chains and you're going to stop that submission or delay that submission, where you can then orientate your body to where it makes it less likely for them to accomplish that submission. So when you're sparring and you're doing your rolls, try to keep count of every piece of your body. Where are your knees? Where are your feet? Where are you squeezing? Are you facing the proper direction? And I think that gets underemphasized way too much. I know when you don't know a whole bunch of techniques, people tend to get hyper focused on one move and being like, I need this arm bar at all costs, because what do I know? All I know is an arm bar. And if that's the case, well, I want you to start breaking down the piece. Okay, how do I break this limb? Well, I need to extend the elbow. Where can I position my hips to maximize the break? Where can I position my hands for maximum lever? Is it down by the elbow when I'm trying to do an arm bar? No, it's up by the hand. Okay, how can I maximize my grip on the hand? Okay, what happens if they roll the wrist? Oh, I actually get a better break. I lock out that elbow when I twist the wrist this way. So these are the little things that I want you to really focus on, because these are going to take your techniques to the next level, but it's also going to bring you to a place of a little bit more calmness when you're sparring, because you're not going to be focused on craziness. You're going to be like, okay, I need this here, I need this here, I need this here. And if something doesn't go to plan, it's how do I get this done? And how do I get this done most effectively? And sometimes it's just leaving that behind and moving on to the next technique. So then we get into the commander's IQ, right? Oh no, we're being flanked from this side. Well, I got my leg over here that I can bring it back, or I can, oh no, I get into a butterfly. I can actually use their momentum against them. So I would recommend building sequences onto your technique. So if you're really good at arm bars, fantastic. What happens if they roll out of the arm bar, or they turn away, or they turn into a Kimura? Do you have sequences where you can flow from one to the next to the next? Everything in jiu-jitsu is circular. Everything can lead to the next piece if you've gone down the route enough. But so much of passing, so much of attacking, so much of defense is just eliminating the threat by eliminating one piece. Okay. If you're going for an armbar, and they can get their elbow to the ground, armbar's done, right? Just by orientating your shoulders to the side and putting your elbow on the ground. Now this is going to create a chain reaction, obviously, and they're going to try to address that, and that's where the battle becomes. But little things, find those little things, because there's big dramatic movements that we can do. Or I'm stuck in an armbar, can't get my elbow to the mat, get the leg over my head, right? Break that contact. What do I need? What do I know he needs to do to finish an armbar? He needs to be able to pinch his knees. Okay, don't let him pinch his knees. All these things that we talk about while we're teaching the armbar are the exact same things that we need to break the armbar. So as they're getting into their armbar, be like, oh, I know he needs to have good control over my shoulder and my elbow. Okay, how do I keep that tucked in so he can't get it? Oh no, he's got my arm. Okay, I'm gonna get the leg over my head. Now I can start rolling towards him or changing the direction. Oh no, I'm really stuck. Okay, I'm gonna flip my wrist to bend my elbow. Oh, now I get the hitchhiker escape. So all of these things will start to develop the more time that you spend in position and that you're actually thinking about the submission. I spent so much time in the earlier times of my training, and I was doing the moves, I was practicing the moves, and I was just going me, rather than how do I isolate this arm? How do I best control before I even drop back for the armbar? So getting yourself and control through the whole thing and know where everything is, right? When you're dropping back for that armbar, are you pinching your knees before you even start? So mindfulness of your army, your knees, your feet, your elbows, your hands. Once again, try to keep everything accounted for. And then once that is established, you'll be able to start thinking about the best ways to defend. Oh, their arm's coming around, I'm going to block this. Oh, the leg is coming over, I'm going to block or frame or trap. And then you can start winning those little battles. Because if you can win the little battles, you can progressively move to a better and better position and then ultimately finish the submission or get out of a bad position. So try to win the mini battles, right? Don't necessarily try to go from bottom mount to top mount, right? We can make little steps. We can pick up that foot, trap it, quarter guard. Oh, now I'm in half guard. Oh, now I got back to full guard. Now I'm sweeping, right? So win the little battles, win the hand fight, win the hip position, win the foot position. Those are the little battles that are actually going to ultimately make you better at jiu-jitsu and accomplish more submissions, more defenses, and you'll just have a better awareness and much more fun learning and developing your skills. All right, so mindfulness, right? Keep your jiu-jitsu intellectual, not just brute strength and ignorance. Let's get out there, guys.